Morning Stampers, it's Meg from LovenStamps and it's another Maker Morning with Meg video. And on this beautiful Friday morning, I have a special treat for you guys. I am giving you a gift this morning, the gift of time in a box. I know that sounds a little crazy, but this project kit is absolutely fabulous. It is like magic in this box. And there are so many different ways you can use it. So we'll talk a little bit about those as we go along. But let me show you one of the cards. So you're wondering what's in this box. It is the gorgeous Posies project kit. It was in the annual catalog. Morning, hi Sue and Trish and Tanya. It was in the annual catalog, this one that's about to retire. So it is on the last chance products list, which means it's while supplies last, and this one happens to be one of the discounted items. So I'll tell you more about that. It's gonna be exciting. And it goes along with a stamp set, which I also love. Very, very pretty, and I'll tell you more about that. And would you like to see one of the cards that this kit makes? It makes this card, which is so well designed. Absolutely beautiful. Here is it kind of closer up. And this goes together so smoothly, like within minutes. So when I say that this box is like time in a box, it's really special, okay? So in the catalog here, it tells you the things that you're gonna want to make these cards. Here you can see that I've already marked it down in my catalog. So it makes 16 cards, and instead of $32, it's $25, which is great. Hey, Melinda and Jenny. And then the things that you're gonna want to go with it are the ink pads and the stamp set, which you get separately. And here is a hint for you on the stamp set. So if you're a stamper and you have lots of different greetings and you don't particularly need these greetings, the French stamp set, en français, is actually marked down whereas the English stamp set isn't. So if you wanted to have les fleurs, you could get those in either the French or the English set. So you could get the discounted French set. And you never know, maybe you have some occasions to send some French cards. So anyway, you guys ready to see this kit? We're gonna have like a little mini unboxing here of the kit. So hey, Cindy and Vicky and Barb, so happy to see you guys this morning. Okay. It makes for a nice Friday. Whoops, sorry, my stand is all wonky. There we go. Okay, so there you can see the box, okay? The fabulous box of magic. And basically has in it this unassuming cardboard, but once you open it, then you find that you have the directions for your cards, which are actually super useful. So I'll show you those. And then you have wrapped in this plastic here, a very nice, a very sturdy box with a cute little rubber band on the front. And this is just gorgeous all the way around. So this finished box, you could use, obviously it's sized for cards, but you could use this as a gift set. So if you wanted to make all these cards and then give them, you could certainly do that. And then you'd have this box kind of here all ready to go. You could also just save this for other stuff if you had some other things you wanted to store. Okay, inside are the ribbons with this really pretty gold threaded organdy ribbon or organza. Anyway, open weave, we'll call it. And then the purple twine. And then these come all sealed, but I did one card already to show you. So see, even the inside of the box is pretty. So we have our cards, and then let's take a quick look at these. So I have our, hey Kelly and Deborah, and okay, so we have these card bases that are set like this, and they have, I know you can see the gold foil on them is beautiful, and it's a set of 4 different ones for the 4 different cards, and there's the last one, which turned into what I showed you. So I won't make this card again since I already did one, but here is what you start with, okay? Just the panel, and then you add the elements to it, and you get this resulting fun card with layers and embellishments and everything. It's so well designed. Okay, so there are those. You also have a set of Cardstock Cards, and they are matched, color matched here to our panels. And then you have these fun lilac envelopes, which I just realized are printed on the inside too. Man. So they have this fun printing on the inside. They're not just plain white, even on the inside. Then there is a set of these laser die cuts, which are obviously they're coming out. So they're super well die cut, beautiful. There are labels that go with the cards. And then under those are these gold foiled flowers that are going to be part of our cards. So, all right, now you could, of course, make something totally different from the proposed cards. But if you're taking advantage of the gift of time in a box, then why not just go ahead and make them the way they're shown. So inks for this, the catalog says to have Blackberry Bliss, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Blushing Bride on hand. Having made my first card, on my card I only used Blushing Bride, and then I did use Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape to do some stamping here on the inside of my card and on my envelope. And then I'm not sure where Blackberry Bliss comes in, but I'm sure we'll figure it out as we go along. So, all right, let's go for another card. So I'm gonna show you some tips for the directions. So first of all, they come in lots of languages. So if you are all excited about speaking French from your French-speaking discounted stamp set, you can read them in French. But otherwise, on the back side are all of the cards. So here they are with all of the directions. And the directions come in the form of these little numbers. So if you're looking at this, you're like, what? What did they do? I can't quite see it. Then all you have to do is look at the numbers. So this one uses number 4, 5, and 6. And right here at the front of the directions are the steps. So we're gonna look at numbers 4, which says Stampin' Highland Heather, number 5, which says adhere with Stampin' Dimensionals, and number 6, cut ribbon and adhere using Stampin' Seal, okay? All right, so let's see, we're gonna make one of these. Which one shall we make? Let's do this one actually, because I wanted to show you, I figured as long as we're getting started, I would show you a neat, how I mount my stamps, because sometimes we forget to talk about that. So, okay, so for this card, I'm gonna gather my pieces. I need this sort of seafoam card base, so I'm gonna grab that one. I'm gonna need that seafoam card backing, which is gonna be this one. And I'm gonna need an envelope. I love these colors together. It's so funny, because if you ask me what my favorite color is, I would say my favorite color is orange. But purple pops up in my stuff all the time. I'm always wearing purple. Well, except today I have a black shirt on, but all right. So I'm gonna set these pieces aside and then have my ribbon handy. And you'll notice that I didn't punch out from this. I just took the whole sheet. And the tip for this is don't punch them out. And when we stamp that, I'll show you why. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside now, and let's see. If I wanted to know what color ink that was, I could look in the front there, but I'm gonna call it Gorgeous Grape. Actually, it's probably Blackberry Bliss. Let's see. It says number 3. Number 3 is Stampin' Gorgeous Grape. Oh, I was right the first time. Okay, so I need my Gorgeous Grape set. Okay, so let's start by putting some layers together. So I have my card. I'm gonna make sure it's facing the right direction. I put one together upside down the other day. It was less than satisfying. I had to cut it apart, and I fixed it by just making it an extra panel, but no harm, no foul. Just an opportunity for embellishment, right? Okay, so I'm gonna pop a dimensional under each corner of this and go ahead and pop this down. And if you were in a super hurry, I mean, man, that's really kind of a cute card already. So like I said, this Gorgeous Posies kit is the gift of time in a box, because we all would love to have more crafting time, but we all have things that interfere with our crafting time. And so this kit is so fast that you can enjoy your crafting, and it is really like the gift of time in a box. All right. So now I just trimmed out that ribbon. I'm gonna go ahead and pop some adhesive on here with my seal, and I'm gonna put it just at the top edge because I don't want the ribbon to be sticky where it shows a little lower. So this shows, let's see, I'm just kind of going by my sample, that it goes in here about like that, okay? And I'm gonna double adhere this ribbon, and I'll show you why. You probably already know that I'm gonna use Stampin' Dimensionals if you watch a lot of my videos. But okay, so now I have this element here, And I will tell you one thing that I love about this kit and these die cut or laser cut elements over ones that I've used in the past. And that is, if you mess up, you can totally flip it over and do it on the other side, because they are laser cut with the embellishments rather than being printed with the embellishments, which means really both sides are pretty much the same. Okay, so Gorgeous Posies stamp set, which you could skip if you wanted to make these cards with just the greetings that you have on hand. But I'm going to open this up because I don't have this one mounted. It says, wishing you comfort and peace at this time. I happened to look at the French one this morning, and I know that it's a little bit different. The words are a little bit different, but similar. It's like thinking of you. Anyway. So I'm gonna pop this on here. So what I did first was I peeled off the sticker sheet, and you stamp experts already know how to do this, so I'll go kind of quickly. But if you don't, or you want tips, or you feel like your stamps don't mount the way you want them to, make sure you're paying attention. So we have 2 layers that we peel. I peeled the back of the stamp, I peeled the back of the sticker. So peel, peel. And then my strategy for this is to go ahead and get it lined up. And then I'm not looking at the image so much. I'm looking at the edge of the sticker. So this part right here, or this part down here. And what I wanna do is I wanna line up the edge of my foam with the edge of my sticker, and I'm just gonna lay it down there, okay? So see how that lines up? So if you ever have like a flower or something that's sort of ambiguous with which direction it goes, just look, because the edge of the foam should line up with the edge of the sticker, okay? And then I'm just gonna take that and kind of gently get it started and peel it off, and there we have our stamp ready to go, okay? All right, so that was a super quick lesson if you needed a reminder. Now, when I mount my stamps, I always set them down like this and then pick them up with a block. And the reason that I do that is because I don't want to be in a weird conformation. So it's possible with a unwieldy stamp to end up like flexing it or getting it all like weird on my black. There, is that weird? That's weird. So it's much safer to just let the stamp be its own self, the own shape, and then just press the block on to pick it up. Okay, so Gorgeous Gray. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick this color up. Now, since I don't have photopolymer, I can't see through. That's where my grid paper comes handy, because I wanna make sure it's pretty straight on there. Doesn't have to be perfect. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp it once on my grid paper before I put it on my actual project, so that I can see how straight it is. So I'm gonna pretend I'm lining it up. Oh, yep, it's right in line. So then I can judge with the grid if I need to turn it left or right a little bit. Okay, so it's pretty straight. So I'm gonna pop this on here, and I'm gonna look back at my sample to see if they put their greeting right in the middle or if they skewed it to one side, pretty close to the middle. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it. So hey, I'm happy with that. Now, if I wanted to, I could of course flip this over and stamp on the other side, but then check out how easy that was to punch out. These are laser cuts are fantastic. And then I can't remember who I was making nervous the other day, but I will close my ink pad so that we're not all worried I'm gonna drop my card in it. And then I'm gonna bring my card back here, and I'm gonna use some Stampin' Dimensionals to pop this on here. Now, one word about the paper that's in here, it does take an extra second longer to dry than you're used to on Whisper White or Basic White. So just be kind to your image. Don't smear your hand across it. Now, if you're wondering why the heck I'm putting my dimensionals on here instead of on my layer, I'm doing that because I just want to anchor the top of this ribbon. I peeled those. I shouldn't stick my fingers in them. I just want to anchor the top of this ribbon just one little bit more. And then I'm going to pop my greeting on here, kind of get that kind of straight with my ribbon. Okay. All right. So we're moving along. Also a very pretty card, but this kit is, like I said, so well designed. So I'm going to add the extra elements. So I'm going to pull in a circle in purple, a circle in peach, and then it looks like 2 of the single flower petals, leaves. They're not petals, they're leaves. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead, you could put them on, let's just put them on one at a time. Okay, so let's see, the peachy one goes here. So I'm gonna pop a dimensional on like that. And then the purple one is gonna go down a little bit further. And I'm gonna pop this on. Now you could pop your leaves on at the same time. Actually, maybe for this one, I'll pop the leaf on. I'm just gonna stick it on the edge of the dimensional there. So it's all kind of stuck together. And then pop this down here, okay? And then I have this leaf, which needs to go in up here. So I'm gonna actually grab my multi-purpose liquid adhesive, and so that's gonna make it flatter. So it won't pop up quite as much. It'll add some extra layering to our embellishment. Okay, so we have our floral embellishment, and then we need to add our ribbon. So our twine, and this stuff is so pretty. And honestly, I love when it comes on these rolls because it comes kind of like pre-flourished for you, already put together. And they, I'm just gonna go ahead and tie a bow here. So a bow on nothing. Okay, if you haven't done this before, it's a technique that I use a lot. So what I do is I make just a loop, and I'm gonna pinch it with my fingers, so just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap around my loop and then go through the hole, just like tying a normal bow, except I call it like a bow on nothing, because all you have is just a bow with no like center cross piece or anything like that, okay? There's just like that, all right? And then you can attach these a number of ways. My favorite is to grab a glue dot, which are floating around here, and pop this off the back. Now, I know you may be thinking like, wow, these are really simple cards. So let's talk a little bit about who these cards are good for. So let's see, I just rolled up my glue dot so that it's mostly covered by the twine. And then I'm gonna pop this here on our card. And see, like I said, I love that the twine is already kind of like pretty and coiled for us. Oh, and you know what? I promised us an envelope. So let's go ahead and take an envelope because I want to use that gorgeous grape ink again. And I've got my big Posy stamp, and I'm gonna pop it right here on the corner in the front, okay? So that sort of decorates the front of our envelope. So now we have just a little bit of extra bonus there. And then I really like to stamp on the inside of my cards. So I'm gonna open this up, and I'm gonna put one Posy down there and one Posy up here. And then we have a little bit of extra interest there to go with our card. So stamping on the inside. And that was pretty simple, right? This stamp, actually, this image is very, very pretty. I've used it for cards. And of course, once your kit is done, you have the whole stamp set, including sort of all-purpose words, comfort and peace, get well soon, celebrating your day, for a kind and thoughtful friend. So you cover a lot of occasions with the greetings in here. It's a nice set with a really pretty flower. So, okay, so who is this kit good for? This kit is really, really, oh, sorry. Let me close this. Really, really good for anyone who needs extra time, because this kit, like I said, is time in a box. It makes 16 cards, and you saw how long that took us. Like even with me talking through every step, it was like minutes. And I didn't have to cut anything. I didn't have to find anything. I didn't have to sort ribbon or figure out whether I had enough of that. Everything you need is in the box when it comes, right? So that is like time in a box because it goes together so quickly. So anyone who else could use this kit? Anyone who needs a creative escape, which could be you. Sometimes we all need a creative escape. It could be a friend. It could be someone who's never stamped before. It's really easy to be successful with this kit. And success is what we want for our new stampers, right? So having them be able to sit down and make these gorgeous cards and have that like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I made that feeling. We've all experienced that at one time or another, right? That's why we love stamping. So this kit is great for that feeling because these are gonna come together really well. But the other reason that this kit is great, and I'll tell you more about, how I've used kits like this in the past. The other reason that this kit is great is it's perfect for volunteer projects. So if you have a group of people who may or may not be stampers who need to make some cards, you can have this box or a couple of these boxes on hand. You can have one stamp set because it doesn't really take a lot of stamps to do this. And you can have a crew of, say, 15 Boy Scouts aged 12 and 13 and 14, and they can make a whole set of spring cards to donate to someplace like a senior center in your community. And that example seem oddly specific to you. It's because it is oddly specific. I did a very similar project with an older kit recently with a group of Boy Scouts, and it was super successful. And a couple things to say about the Boy Scouts and boys and crafting. So Tanya asked for the product number on the kit. It's 153131. The link's in the video description. All right, so when I proposed stamping with the Boy Scouts, there were some people who are like, oh, do boys stamp? I don't know if that's their thing. But I'm here to tell you that many of those boys absolutely loved it. We do not give our kids enough credit for their creativity and for their chance to just want to make some art and express themselves. So find some kids in your neighborhood, maybe find some kids at your church, find some kids in a civic group that you belong to, 4-H, Scouts, even a baseball team. Any group of kids could make a whole set of cards to donate someplace and just have just a little bit of brightness that they're sharing with people who can use it in your community. So these card kits make really excellent volunteer projects. If you're gonna do that project, I'll just tell you, when I worked with the Scouts, I had the table set up. Each boy had their little card packet. I'd pre-divided the kits up for them. And I had one head table where we did all the stamping. So they brought their pieces up, and then I supervised their stamping individually, and it worked splendidly. And the kids really, really enjoyed it. And they made beautiful cards. They wrote little messages inside that said, these were for senior center, so they wrote little messages that said, I hope you're looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to, and then they could put in whatever they wanted to. Playing more baseball, being outside, going camping, and then, sincerely, Tucker, Troop 25. So, all right, who else could use this? Any group of people who need some kind of creative escape. A staff from an office doing team building could do something like this. The group of staffers at a dentist's office, a group of stampers, or a group of staffers at any kind of office could do these kits together. They're a really fun project. And finally, of course, the other obvious gift is that this finished box with all 16 cards and envelopes in it is a really terrific gift for anyone. So you could give this to, your mother-in-law or a neighbor or a friend or pretty much anyone. Or you could keep them yourself and just have your pretty box and use your cards as you go. So again, this project kit is amazing, and I'm really sorry that I've just discovered it now that we are right at the end of the last chance product list. But it is in your catalogs on page 8, and the kit is on sale. So it's $25 instead of $32, and it makes 16 cards, and it is really fabulous chance to just add some extra time to your day. So with that, I will wish you guys a happy Friday. Thank you guys for watching. Sue said it would give you a good sense of accomplishment. Yes, it would. You could whip these cards out in, I don't know, probably if you did them like formula, you could do all of them in half an hour or something like that. They won't take you very long, or you could take your time and enjoy the zen of putting your cards together. It is a really pretty kit though. They're beautiful. All right, have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you guys get to enjoy some sunshine and do something creative, and I look forward to seeing you guys again on Monday. So don't forget, last chance product list is running out soon, so while supplies last on all of those fabulous things. Link is in the description if you need to check it out. All right, happy stamping, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.